All right, guys, last one. This is problem number 4 from the midterm. You got to start off with a sketch as I provided. That should be fairly straightforward to make. I was missing the note here about this relation. So we've got this horizontal line here that's supposed to be horizontally aligned with this point, or you could do the vertical relation. Either way, this is a 45, and these should both be in line. Let's see here. Okay. So anyway, make the sketch, then you need to revolve it. Once you've revolved it, the half of it, you'll do a mirror to make the second half, and then really you just got to do a circular pattern. This one most people did well on this one. This should be another straightforward one, I believe, but we'll go through everything. So let me switch over my window here to SolidWorks. Close problem 3 there. Let's open a new part file. So we need to start off with the sketch. You can pick whatever plane you want. I'm going to do it on, I guess, the top plane. I meant to pick the front plane, but we'll do it on the top plane here. No big deal. First thing I'm going to start off with is a center line. That's going to be the axis that we revolve around. So we'll go from the origin. Again, trying to keep things locked in place here. So I've got a center line. Start off with the line tool here. Okay, so we're not on the origin. We're going to start above it, but in line with it. We're going to go vertically up. Then we have about a 45 over. Get all the lines put in here. This one's going to come down, and then we've got another angle here, then vertical, and then horizontally back over. So now I'm going to start with the biggest dimension just to make everything proportionate. 1.25. Okay, then we're just going to be careful to make sure we're putting in all the dimensions here. We know this is 0.125. We know the width here is also 0.125. Distance out here, this is going to be 0.5. Oh, you can see we got something weird going on here. So what I do in this situation is drag that back into shape before we go any further. Okay, I told you this line here and this point here are coincident. Let's turn our relations back on. I turned them off in the last problem. So now you can see as this goes up, so does that point. Same here, as this goes up, that point does too. Okay, we know this is a 45, so we'll select the angle. Select either one, but from my problem, for my drawing, I selected this vertical here. That'll give us a 45-degree angle. Looks like I drew it right on, but just leave the smart dimension in so that it's defined. We'll just keep working our way down here, make sure I didn't miss any dimensions. Another angle dimension here, just select the two lines as I just did. Place your dimension and change that to 120. We know the piece down here is 0.125 as well. And our width here is 0.375. See if that came out right. Kind of messed up there. Let me just make sure. Okay, that's good. So we're getting there. It says we're underdefined, even though it looks like I've put all the dimensions in except for one. Let's just make sure I have everything else. Yeah. So, okay, well, the reason we're underdefined right now is because it doesn't have a distance to the center line. So this is a problem, not on this problem, but on other problems. A lot of people were not locking it to the origin. So you can see here my entire sketch is defined, but it can move up and down away from the origin. It doesn't move left to right because I have a coincident relation here between this vertical and the origin, but I don't horizontally, or vertically, I mean. So that's the last missing dimension here. So we'll select Smart Dimension, select the horizontal line, we'll select the center line, and the distance from there is going to be 0.25. Okay, now we're fully defined. So what we'll do here, now that we have the sketch done, is we'll go ahead and revolve this to give us the first half of the wheel. It automatically picks up the only center line as the axis of revolution, so we'll go with that. Then we need to make the second half. So I told you to mirror it. So what you want to do is this will be our mirror plane here. So let's select mirror on our features toolbar. Pick the face that you want to mirror it about. It's the one I just told you. And what feature. So we'll go to our design tree and we'll select the only feature there. It's our revolve. And we'll click the check mark. That'll give us the second half. So we're getting there now. So now we'll just go to a side view here. I need to put in our bolt pattern. It's going to be 6 holes like the last one. Just need to make sure we get everything right here. So we'll sketch on this inner surface. I'm going to draw a circle from the center first. And I'm going to change that to a construction circle here on the properties. If you accidentally unselected your circle, what you can do is just select the edge of the circle here and then come over here and select the for construction checkbox. That'll give us a construction circle. We know that has a distance from the center of 1 inch or a diameter of twice that, which is 2 inches. So we'll set that. We'll need another circle here. I use we can see it's vertically directly above the center of the part. So I can select the quadrant there to lock this circle in place. And we'll smart dimension that one to 0.5 inches. And you can see we're fully defined here. So what I'll go ahead and do is cut that out. I'm going to use a feature circular pattern instead of a sketch. Again, I just prefer them. Okay, so we've got that cut out. Then we're going to want to do a circular pattern. Up here on the features toolbar, click the drop down under linear and we'll select circular. Just change it to a side view so you guys can see it a little better here. Okay, so I've selected circular pattern. What feature? It's that hole. So we'll go to the last thing I cut. That's our feature here. That's the hole I want to pattern. We want 6 instances of this pattern, and that includes the one we already made. And then I just need to select a direction. So any of these circular edges will work. This outer one, this inner one, any of these 3 inside, they all have the same center point and they're all parallel to the same plane. That's the key here. So select any of them. I'll select that one. We can see our 6 holes patterned like we want. Click the checkbox, check mark there, and we have our finished part. Overall, not too bad, I don't think, as long as you knew how to use all those tools. Pretty simple part there. So anyway, I know it was challenging for some people, so if you have any questions, please feel free to email me or you can call me and we can talk during our next class period. Hope this helped you guys, and nice job on the midterm. Everybody did pretty darn good. Thanks, guys.